Market. Guys, we start with the breaking news from Man United, but more to say, important days for Liverpool, also something to clarify on Barcelona, on Manchester United, and so let's jump into it together. And so guys, we are entering into an important week with Erik ten Hag set to become the new Bayer Leverkusen coach. The Here We Go is there. He will sign on Monday a 2-year contract at Bayer Leverkusen as new head coach. But for Man United, the breaking news is here, guys. Is a story I've been telling you since April. Then 1 week ago, Monday, last week, I told you that Cunha was going to accept Manchester United. Cunha was going to say yes to Manchester United project regardless of what happened in Europa League with Tottenham. Man United lost, but the situation remains the same. And now, guys, I can tell you, at this time of the night, Cunha to Manchester United is a here we go. The deal is agreed between Man United and Cunha. This week is going to be time to exchange all the documents and then sign the contract. So at the moment is a verbal agreement, but the agreement is done. 1 week ago was done with the player. Now everything clarified. 5-year contract with an option for further season. So 2030 plus 1, that's the agreement. Cunha accepted the project, really tempted by the possibility to play for Manchester United, already had a contact with Ruben Amorim, so Cunha is ready for this move. And Manchester United also made first contact with Wolves to agree on the package of the compensation. The value will be the one of the release clause, £62.5 million, paid in installments. So Man United and Wolves will close everything this week. Cunha already said yes to every single detail of the proposal. This week we will enter into the formal steps, and then Cunha will become the first signing of the summer transfer window for Manchester United. So an important story, Cunha is going to be a Man United player. Not surprising if you're following the channel, if you're following all the latest. But important to mention that today, Cunha will be a Manchester United player. Then, guys, we are entering into crucial days also for Liverpool, an important week, because in the next hours, Monday, Tuesday, Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen will be in direct contact again as they did on Saturday. Then Sunday, Liverpool focused on the title celebration at Anfield, of course. But from Monday, again, club-to-club talks, the official bid formal is coming, so everything is ready to advance on the Florian Wirtz deal between Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen. You know, the agreement is done with the player. I have tons of messages from Liverpool fans asking me how it's going. Don't worry, it's going very well in terms of conversation. Now it's time to close the deal, but advancing very well. A story I released on Sunday morning, also Milos Kerkez, because Frimpong is here we go to Liverpool, 35 million euros release clause. Florian Wirtz, conversations advancing between clubs and agreement done with the player, and then Milos Kerkez. My information, guys, is that Kerkez already has an agreement on personal terms with Liverpool, so just about some small details to be clarified, and then Liverpool are in contact with Bournemouth. Liverpool are still working on this one, so not only Wirtz, not only Frimpong, also in active conversations for Kerkez, and in this week the conversations will continue to get the deal done. So Liverpool really busy on the market, very active, and I think congratulations to Liverpool, because what they're doing in terms of ambition on the market is really something impressive. So again, the conversation will continue for Florian Wirtz. The deal for Jeremy Frimpong is done, medical included, contract signing included, and now working on the deal for Milos Kerkez with Liverpool convinced to advance. Now it's about clarifying the final fee for Bournemouth, but also in this case the conversation is advanced, is going well, and so Liverpool big part of the start of the summer transfer window. Something we have to add is also on Kevin De Bruyne. We are entering into the week where Kevin De Bruyne will make his decision on the future. Kevin De Bruyne played his final game for Manchester City. Then Kevin De Bruyne was never in contact with Liverpool. That story was not true. But Kevin De Bruyne has now the proposal from Chicago on the table and the huge proposal from Napoli, who have improved their proposal in the last 24 hours. 3-year deal on the table for Napoli. Napoli are confident. Chicago will wait till the end for the player to announce his decision. And so let's see what happens with De Bruyne. A big story for this week. Then a goalkeeper, Joan Garcia at Espanyol. Espanyol stay in La Liga. Fantastic news for the club and also for Joan Garcia, who is a big part of this team. This goalkeeper has release clause at 25 million euros and is considered by several clubs around Europe as a big opportunity. Top goalkeeper, the value is for sure higher than that. What's the reality on Barcelona, guys? What I'm hearing is that, first point, Barcelona are in excellent relationship with player agents. Second point, Barcelona, what they want to do. My understanding is that Barcelona want to sign the player and loan him to another club. So this would be the plan. But at the moment, this is not something guaranteed yet, because Barcelona are still discussing with the agents, then the agents with the player, and then understanding if this solution is something that can be appreciated by the player side. So the interest from Barcelona is confirmed, and then Barcelona will discuss this possibility to loan the player out. So sign him, loan him out, do the season with Szczęsny and Ter Stegen, and then have Juan Garcia from 2026. But also depends on the player, who is now a Spanish player, and there is obviously a big rivalry with Barcelona. So let's follow that story. But for example, Juan Garcia is also in the list at Aston Villa. Is a player that Arsenal wanted already 1 year ago. Then the deal collapsed and they signed Neto. So Juan Garcia is in the list of several clubs around Europe, and the situation is absolutely open with German and English clubs very interested. And then guys, one more story of the day. Garnacho and Onana out of the Manchester United squad on their final game against Aston Villa. For Alejandro Garnacho, I told you he's expected to leave the club, so Garnacho is going. Now he's with the squad in the post-season tour, traveling with the squad, but the expectation is for Man United and the agents of Garnacho to try find a solution for the player. On both sides, it's not Man United trying to offload Garnacho to sell Garnacho. Is that Garnacho and Man United both feel that now is probably the best time to part ways. And so the conversations will continue. There was interest from Chelsea and Napoli in January. Now what I'm told is that the race is open also to other clubs. It's not just necessarily these two. So the situation of Garnacho is open, but is expected to be one of the names of the summer transfer window, Alejandro Garnacho. And then Andre Onana, out of the squad. Why? Because there is still a possibility for Onana to leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window. Man United have an interest in some goalkeepers. One of them is Milinkovic-Savic at Torino, for sure, a player they appreciate. There are more on the short list at Man United, so let's see what they decide. But Onana could be sold. It depends on the transfer fee, because Man United invested big money in Onana, and for financial fair play, they're not going to accept normal or small proposals. But for sure, Manchester United could be open to the exit of Andre Onana if they receive a good proposal. There is still interest from Saudi. Let's see, from interest to proposals, what happened. Because, for example, in the last 2 years, there was interest in Casemiro from Saudi, but the right proposal for the player and for the club never arrived. Let's see what happens now. But for sure, Andre Onana and Alejandro Garnacho, 2 cases to watch for the summer transfer window. And so guys, let me your thoughts on all these stories from Florian Wirtz and Kerkez. What do you think of this approach on the market by Liverpool? Also more to say on Mateus Cunha, the here we go of the night. What's your feeling, Manchester United fans? And then Juan Garcia, but also Onana, Garnacho. Guys, I wait for your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.